Betsy Salam, accidental marathoner. Accidental marathoner, Betsy Salam.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I would like to share with you how I accidentally became a marathon finisher and what I learned from the experience. When I was in college at Madison, I had an apartment one summer very close to the student gym. One morning I thought, I'll go get some exercise, get moving for the day. So I grabbed my keys and headed out, only to find the gym was closed for Memorial Day weekend. That's all right, I thought. I'll just go for a little jog. So I start jogging down the street. Pretty soon, I come to a T in the road. And at this T is a big event. There's runners going by, spectators lining the streets. And here I have three choices. I can turn around and go home. That seems anticlimactic. I could turn left and go against the current of oncoming runners. That seems unnecessarily difficult. So I turn right. So now I am in the run. I'll just go a few blocks, find a place to turn off. Everything will be just fine. But pretty soon, people started cheering for me. It's pretty exciting. Pretty soon I heard someone say, "Go, Betsy!" And I thought, thanks. Then a woman ran past me and she had those bibs pinned to her front and back with the black numbers on them. And on her back I could see above her numbers, it said, Betsy. Go, Betsy! You go, girl. I am right behind you. Then I see a sign and it says 13.1 with an arrow. And I realize, aha, I'm in a marathon and it's time for the half marathoners to exit. But I still have all this confidence from the Betsy mix-up, so I decide to keep going. Miles 14, mile 15, I still feel pretty good. Mile 16, mile 17, the scenery starts to change a little. It's very beautiful, there's lots of trees, but I'm not entirely sure where I am, but I keep going. Mile 17, mile 18, now I have no idea where I am. Only that there are people in front of me. So I keep going. Pretty soon my boss passes me. Oh, hey, Joel. Hey, Betsy, are you just out for a run? He can tell I'm just out for a run because I'm wearing this ridiculous t-shirt that every freshman gets for free. And everybody can hear that I am holding my apartment keys. Yeah, I'm just out for a run, and I know exactly where I am. He proceeds, and I carry on. Mile 20, mile 21. Pretty soon I see a sign that says, Aldo Leopold Arboretum. I say, oh, now I know where I am. I'm in the Arboretum. That would explain all the pretty trees. So I keep going. Mile 21, mile 22. Finally, at mile 24, I recognize where I am. I'm only 2 miles from my apartment. But I am also, at this point, only 2 miles from the finish line. At this point, I am experiencing a runner's high, which is a form of impaired judgment. The kind of impaired judgment that comes from not wearing sunscreen, not eating breakfast, and not training for any of this. So I decide to head to the finish line. And when I get there, I realize that it is a chute. And there's an announcer reading the names of the finishers as they cross the line based on the chip that everybody else has in their shoe. So I decide to wait for people to catch up to me from behind, and if I can run across with a big pack, I can camouflage in, no one will be the wiser. So I slow down, and at this point I am looking out at the finish line crowd, and they are looking at me running in place. Finally, some people catch up to me and we all cross the finish line. I walk around in the finishers area, cool off, and then I decide I'm ready to go home. But I've gotten a little bit lost again in the last 2 miles. I find a police officer. "Excuse me, how do I get back to campus?" "Well, that's very easy, ma'am. Just get on the highway and go 2 exits. "What about on foot?" The police officer just looked at me and laughed. So I needed a new plan. I decide I will retrace my steps back to mile 24 where I knew where I was. And as I'm walking the reverse course, I'm coming face to face now with the people even slower than me. And they, in their state of impaired judgment, all look at me and say, "You're going the wrong way." Thank you. So finally, I make it back to my apartment. 5 hours after I embarked on my 30-minute elliptical trip. But now I'm a marathon finisher. I just didn't start it. From this experience, I learned 3 things. Number 1, sometimes in life, you just have to keep moving forward. Number 2, it's okay to get a little lost. You'll find your way eventually. And number 3, you can do anything you set your mind to, 1 step at a time. Thank you, Mr. Dutchess.